students, welcome to Vidya Mirat. This video is based on lesson number 2 polynomials for class 9th. And this is the part 1 where I am going to teach you zeros of the polynomials. At the end of this, please understand the concepts properly and solve the questions given and write the answers in the comment section. Now just a brief outlook of this chapter, what am I going to cover up in the future videos. Now the next video will be on the remainder theorem. There will be third and fourth part which will be on the factor theorem, and fifth and sixth part will be on the algebraic identities. So one by one I will be keep uploading these with the assignments at the end. So you must watch it thoroughly and understand it. Let us first begin. What do you mean by the term polynomials? Now basically polynomials is an expression which consists of the variables and the coefficients, and it involves the operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and non-negative integer exponents of the variables. What do you mean by non-negative? That means the power which will be there for the variable, that should be positive. Now there are certain important terms which you need to understand in this chapter. Let me explain you all those one by one. Number 1, there is a constant polynomial, which means it is only the digits, only the numbers present in the expression. It can be positive, it can be negative. Okay, then it is zeros of the polynomials, which means what will be the value of that variable which will make your expression as 0. For example, you have expression x plus 5. Now on what value of x? Okay, my expression will become 0. So I will first find out the value of x by equating it equal to 0. X plus 5 equal to 0 and x comes to minus 5. So when I put this minus 5 in my expression x plus 5, ultimate result is 0. Okay. Next is coefficient of polynomial, which is the number multiplied with the variable. Now here the question comes, what is the coefficient of x cube? So you will look into the term which has x cube only and see the number is there with positive or negative sign. Now here x cube, if you look into the expression, it is 2x cube. So my answer is only 2. When I ask what is x square, coefficient of x square, then it will be minus 5. You need to take care of the sign. Next, about monomial, binomial, trinomial. As the word itself explains, mono means one term, bio means two terms, tri means three terms, irrespective of the powers which are there. If you look into the examples, we are just considering the number of terms. In the monomial, there is only one term present and there are different powers with it. You will ignore the powers and see that it has only one term. When I talk about the two terms, then it will have 5x cube minus x. Now cube I will ignore, but it has two terms. Minus 2x square plus 3x. This is also two terms with the power of 2. M raised to power 4 plus 1. Power is 4 but the terms are 2. M and 1. So like this I am going to differentiate between the monomial, binomial and trinomial. So trinomial is going to have three terms in it. Next is linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial. This is the case where you are going to check the degree of the polynomial or the variable. In the linear polynomial, the highest degree of the variable will be 1. So it is in a form of an expression ax plus b. Okay. Quadratic polynomial means the highest degree of that polynomial will be 2. Okay. So in that case that 2, now for example 2x square, okay, if I say x is 0, then it will be 0. Your a should not be equal to 0. Your power square should be there in that particular expression. Same way, cubic polynomial, a polynomial of degree 3 where the highest power will be 3. So like this you will differentiate. When you are asked about the terms, it will be monomial, binomial and trinomial. And when we are talking about the degrees, then you have to see whether it is linear, quadratic or cubic polynomial. Next, there are certain things which you need to understand which will make it not a polynomial. So, when your power of a variable is in negative, then that expression will be not a polynomial. 1 upon y square. Now, when your variable is in the denominator, then also it is not a polynomial. Why? Now you change it to the numerator. Okay, I am taking y square in the numerator, then the power will become negative. You know that rule. So y raised to power minus 2 it will become. Next is root x. When your variable is in root, then also it is not a polynomial. So these are the 3 specific cases you need to understand when that is not a polynomial. Now here I am giving you some examples which you are able to distinguish between whether these are polynomials or not a polynomial. Let me show the answers for this. Now here you see, first one, 5x cube plus 2 root x. So I said that if your variable is in root, then it will be considered as not a polynomial. Now 7x raised to power minus 2. Here only first step itself I came to know that the power is negative. So I will directly write it is not a polynomial. Then x cube minus 5x plus 3. Here it is a general expression. So it is a polynomial. And next 1 plus x raised to power 4 plus x raised to power 2 minus 7x. This is also a general expression. So it is also a polynomial. And the last one, you have a variable in the denominator which leads to answer not a polynomial. So you need to check it properly, understand the concepts, what are the various conditions which will make the expression as not a polynomial, and then write your answer with reasons. Next is find the degree, number of terms and coefficient of x square in the polynomials. Now here I have again given 5 set of examples and we will be writing its degree, number of terms and coefficient of x square respectively. Let us first talk about the degree. Now degree means what in the variable, what is the highest power. Okay, that is the degree of the expression. In the first case, if you look into the example, the highest degree is 3, so my answer is 3. In the second case, your highest degree is 2. In the third case, your highest degree is 4. In the fourth case, highest degree is 3. And in the fifth case, your highest degree is 2. So you will write all these one by one about the degree. Next is they are talking about the number of terms. So you can quickly count it and write down what are the number of terms available. In the first case 3, in the second case also 3, third case 4 terms are there, in the fourth question 4 terms are there, in the fifth one 2 terms are there. Now see, we have to find the coefficient of x square. So in this case, one by one we will be looking into the terms where your x square is there and we will write down the numeric or the number attached or multiplied with it. In the first case, if I look into the x square, it is plus 2x square. So I will write only 2 as my answer. Then 7x minus x square plus 3, I will write minus 1. With x square you have minus, no number, so it is 1. Minus 1. In the third case, you have x square as 1 coefficient. In the fourth case, you have x square as minus 7 upon 3, and in the fifth case with the x square, you have 5 as your answer. So like this, you have certain terms which you need to understand, how you have to write down the degree, how you have to write down the terms, and how you have to write down the coefficient of x square. Now for you, I have written down, you need to write down the constant for all this. What are the various constants in all these examples? You may write down the answers in the comment box. Now here, my question for you is, find the value of a polynomial. You have given an expression for x is equal to 1 and x is equal to minus 1, which means I am going to put the value of x as 1 in case 1, and next in case 2 I will put the value as minus 1 and find out the answer. Now look here, when I put p as 1, I will, in place of x, I will put 1 everywhere and see that my answer comes to 4. So the value of polynomial 5x cube minus 2x square plus 3x minus 2, when your x is 1, your answer comes to 4. But when you put as minus 1, okay, in this you need to take care of your negative sign. Now you see you have 5 in bracket minus 1 cube. So I know 1 into 1 into 1 is 1. But what is minus into minus into minus? That is minus. So in this you need to be very careful. Okay, then minus 1 square, that will become plus, because minus into minus is plus. Then minus 3 and minus 2. When you solve this, you will get answer as minus 12. So these are the values when you put x is equal to 1 and x is equal to minus 1. Next question, check whether 4 and minus 4 are zeros of the polynomial x plus 4. Now you have an expression px is equal to x plus 4. What I will do is, first I will put the value 4, then I will try to put value minus 4 and see where my answer comes to 0. Wherever my answer comes to 0, that will be treated as the zeros of the polynomial. Like in the first case, if you see, when I put the value 4 in equation x plus 4, I get my answer 8. That means 4 is not the zeros of the polynomial. But when I put minus 4 in the expression, I get 0 as my answer, which means minus 4 is the zeros of the polynomial. So at the end, I will write down, therefore, minus 4 is the zero of the polynomial, but 4 is not the zeros of the polynomial. Now my question is, check 2 and minus 2 are zeros of the polynomial 3x plus 6. Now what I will do is, my px is 3x plus 6. First I will put 2 in x and then I will try to put minus 2 in x and see where your answer is coming 0. Like in the first case, if you see, when p is 2, so 3 multiplied by 2 plus 6, 6 plus 6 is equal to 12, which means 2 is not the zeros of the polynomial 3x plus 6. Now let me put p as minus 2. So 3 into minus 2 plus 6, which is equal to minus 6 plus 6, which is 0. So I can very clearly say that minus 2 is a zero of the polynomial, but 2 is not the zeros of the polynomial. Now my question is, find the zeros of the polynomial. Now you have px is equal to x plus 5. I need to find out the value of x such that when I put that value in this equation, my answer comes to 0. Simply I will find the value of x by equating it equal to 0. X plus 5 equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 5, because when I put minus 5 in this equation now, let p is equal to minus 5. So p in bracket minus 5 is equal to minus 5 plus 5, which is equal to 0. So I can say minus 5 are the zeros of the polynomial. Next case, px is equal to 3x minus 2. I will equate this equal to 0 and x comes to 2 upon 3. Next example, now here px is equal to 5x. Now 5x is equal to 0, so x will be equal to 0 only. Okay. Next, px is equal to 2x plus 1, which is equal to 0. When I equate, x comes to minus 1 by 2. So like this we will find out the zeros of a polynomial. Now here is an assignment where is a mixture of all the questions. Please go through the slides properly, understand the concept, what is asked in the question, and try to find out the answer. If you are facing any doubt, any problem anywhere, do let me know. You may write down in the comment section. I will try to help out. I hope you have understood the concept of the zeros of the polynomial. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Do these questions, practice a lot, and watch the next video will be on the remainder theorem, which will be soon uploaded.